Hello, and welcome to another episode of Winning Where It Matters. My name is Kyei Amoako, and it's a pleasure to have you join me once again. This past weekend, I was listening to a radio interview, and it was an interview of Floyd Landis. He won the Tour de France in 2006, and he was immediately stripped of that title because he tested positive for performance enhancing drugs and was later banned from the sport. Now, he denied this for years. He denied it vehemently, even wrote a book and called the book Positively False, right? Playing on the words about testing positive. And he went on a campaign denying, but eventually he came around to admitting that yes, he did dope. Now, this was a long interview talking about his what was going on in the cycling world and how he lied to protect people and how after years of not being able to live with himself, he had to come clean and all the things that he's done to rehabilitate his image. So at that point in the interview, towards the end, the journalist read a quote to him from John Wooden. It was a quote about character and reputation. And the quote said, "Be more concerned about your character than your reputation. Your reputation is what people think you are. Your character is who you really are." This is a quote from the basketball coach John Wooden, and the interviewer asked Floyd Landis to react to it, and he, was honest about it and say, "Listen, he's done a lot of work to repair, to pay back the sins that he committed, and he's doing his best, but he understands that not everybody's going to trust him. Some people are going to hate him forever, and that's something that he's prepared to live with because he made mistakes, he's made amends, but what he can focus on is what's ahead," which I thought was a pretty balanced response in the light of the magnitude of a reputational damage that he was dealing with. Now, what's the key takeaway here? Our reputations matter. Let's do everything we can to protect it. If in the event that you make some mistakes, do your best to rehabilitate it, right? Now, the reality is many of us may not run into reputational damage or situations like Floyd Landis, where the whole world would know how badly we felt. But in our individual interactions, in our interactions with our coworkers, in our interactions with our neighbors, with our family members, and with our friends, there are times where we mess up, and that mess could create reputational damages. We lose the trust of people because of our actions. And so, what do you do when your reputation takes a hit as a result of your actions? Now, when things happen, especially when it's very devastating, I'm sure it might feel like it's the end of the world, but I want to share a few things for you to think about and to remind you that yes, reputational damage can be very damaging, but there's more life after a mess up. And if you would do a few things, you might give yourself an opportunity to live again. Now, you may not have messed up yet, so you may want to save this video for a future date in the event that your actions and your decisions um, cause you reputational harm. So, three things that I want to suggest you do if you suffer reputational damage as a result of your actions. First thing, own it. Own your actions, and not to doesn't mean going on social media and posting and making noise about it, but internally, just be able to look at the facts and acknowledge where you messed up and own that. Don't say, "I messed up, but that's because so and so made me do." No, own it. Own your actions, because it's only after you own your actions that you can earnestly ask what's the next best step. Because until you own it, your next best step might be a step of avoidance. Just like Floyd Landis, your next best would be, how do I cover up? How do I make sure I am not owning this? And you might be going in the opposite direction of where you ought to be going. So own it. Own it. It might mean sitting with it for a little bit. You may have not done right by a neighbor. You may not have made the right decisions in terms of your relationship with somebody very close to you. You may have acted poorly and probably didn't deliver on targets, and your employer let you go. But whatever it is, own it. Look in there for where you had shortcomings and purpose to do better. Find help to do better. So, first thing I'm going to say, own it. The second thing, do everything you can to fix what you can. Do everything you can to fix what you can, right? That might mean apologizing. That might mean doing the work over. That might mean, I don't know, paying restitution. But whatever it is that you can to fix whatever needs to be fixed, do that. Now, as you go about trying to fix what you can, also be realistic about the things that you can't fix. Now, you can't change certain people's opinions of you, and that's something that you might want to be comfortable with living with. So, fix what you can, but also be comfortable, become comfortable, learn to become comfortable about the people whose opinions about you or views about you are not going to change, because there will be those people. The third thing that I would suggest you do as you work on repairing your reputation after you've messed up is to build consistency quietly over time. Let me say that again. Is to build consistency quietly over time. The quietly part is important. The consistency part is important. That overtime part is important. Again, announcing on social media what you're doing to become a better person may not be helpful. You would need to retreat. You would need to sit with your thoughts and your actions, and you would need to build new routines, new systems, new actions outside of the public view. If you're trying to repair your reputation, it's going to take time and you can't force it. But if you do the work, developing consistency over time, being intentional, you will be working on your character. And again, going back to the John Wooden quote, you will be working on your character, which is more important than reputation. And as you build your character over time, you're going to restore your reputation and things will get better. So if you are in a season where you are probably dealing with an outcome that has gotten your reputation to take a hit, I'll be happy to chat with you. And if there's any way I could help, I'll be glad to help. As always, I believe in you, and I hope you believe in yourself too. I'll see you on the next one.